Well, welcome to another edition of Trekking with Turtle. Today is Friday, the 27th of October. I finally have arrived at my race day for the Javelina Jundred series. I'll be running the Jackass night run, 31K that starts tomorrow night. My race starts at 6:30 p.m. But I have arrived here at Javelina headquarters. We're going to try to show you around a little bit. I'm going to try to take you on the trail a little bit. And let's go see what's out there. So this is the Javelina headquarters area. We have food, we have first aid, we have food trucks that are out here. We got an area even for people having their drop bags out here. This place is so big that you can't get along out here, you can't get along anywhere. There's so many different things going on out here. They're going to be having activities while everybody else is running. They have this lounge area brought to you by Hoka. Up here you have the start-finish line. Everybody's getting set up for tomorrow. Some people have been here for a couple of days. This event is sponsored by Hoka. It's the main sponsor. And then we have the start-finish line here. You literally run down all the way through Tent City down here, and then you loop back out the other direction before you start heading back up on the trail. So it's roughly about, I'm going to guess maybe a half a mile, roughly, that it takes you through the loop. There are plenty of porta potties here for camping, and there's just lots of people out here right now. All these people that have been here for a couple of days have already set up their tents for their runner. The 100-mile race starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow. The 100-kilometer race starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And then, like I said, my race, the 31K, starts at 6:30 p.m. I'm in wave 2. This is the backside of all of the tents. I would take you through there in the middle of it, but I'm going to bring you over here to what is called Tent City, is what I call it. This is where everybody that is camping can find shelter. They can come in here and sleep. They can do whatever they want to. This is what they paid for. I'm going to try to give an overhead shot if I can. But we have a lot of tents out here for all of the participants. It is an extra fee, but I tell you what, it's worth it, because after you run 100 miles or 100 kilometers, there's a place to go and rest your weary feet. Coming upon the expo here, and it's going to show you a real quick tour of the expo. We have, probably going to stay more on the outside than the inside, but we've got the Hoka tent with plenty of Hoka supplies. We got squirrel nut butter, we got Tannery sunscreen, we've got Run Rabbit Run out here. Sonoran University is out here. Thanks to Sonoran University for my goodie bag that they gave me. We got people selling local hats out here. And then this is the check-in area for all of the runners. A lot of runners have to check in today because there is no check-in in the morning. However, if you are running the 31K, they do allow check-in at 4 p.m. on race day. We're going to scurry through all of the campers, RVs, big vehicles that you have that people have brought out here. There are some fancy ones that are out here. We're going to swing all the way around to the front. We'll get a good view of the skeleton by the side. This area here is for pickup and drop off. Just gotta loop around, drop off your stuff, and then go back and find a parking space. This is where you come and do your check-in, scan your phone. It basically tells you what your number is. You go inside, you pick up your number. I'll give a brief inside look at what it looks like inside here. And then if we come over to the north side of this parking area, you've got more tents that are not supplied or rented from the organization. These are tents that you bring out on your own and can actually set them up out here. But you have to reserve a spot. The energy out here has been pretty intense with all the runners getting ready. This is part of the inside loop that we have to start on. People are getting pretty creative with all of their setups out here. They got shade, they got camp chairs, they got food, they've got massage tables, recliners, anything you can pretty much imagine out here, it's here. Because people are coming out here to run 100 miles. They have 30 hours to finish. And it's going to be a good time out here. This organization really gives you an opportunity to come out and accomplish a 100-miler. Right now I'm dealing with some feet issues and haven't been able to train as much as I wanted to, but I'm out here for the 31K. Even if I have to walk a lot, I will get it done. But this is really giving me the motivation to want to get back out here and be better at it. And you know, once I can get a few things under control, might come out here next year and do the 100-kilometer. People are here from all over the U.S. as well as over the water. You got Denmark, you got UK, Europe. I'll just categorize it as that, but you got people out here from everywhere. So right now, like I said, I'm just going backwards through here. All the parking areas, regular parking areas are full right now, so everybody's having to park along the road. This is the start-finish line. We'll actually start the opposite direction that I'm walking and run around that loop before you go out to the reverse trail. There will also be a DJ out here cranking up the tunes. So right now I'm going to head up to the trail, get a little shake the legs out run, Start my watch. I'm just gonna run just a little ways. Shakeout run. Some other individuals have already come out. They're gonna do another shakeout run this evening. I apologize if the shakiness of the video is happening, but still learning how to do all the settings. First aid station is 4 miles out. Then you have another 6.5 miles to the halfway mark at Jackass Junction, where a good time will be had by all. This section of the course, being at the very beginning, it's going to be kind of cramped. People are going to start feeling each other out. People will start spreading these, which will make it a little easier. Once we get to about probably a mile, everything, the flow will probably go a little bit better. The trail is wide enough to have at least 2 or 3 people on your side, but there are challenges that you have to make sure that you take into consideration. One being the cactus, 2 being the rocks, but most importantly, your fellow runners. Don't just run them over, you know. Gotta give them some space, no matter how fast or how slow they are. Speaking of slow, that's me. But I'm out here participating. I trust my foot will hold up. It's the aftermath that I'm worried about. But I signed up for this last January 1 to be exact, at 9 o'clock in the morning. This video here is just a preview of what's to come. Right now, this section of the trail is very windy. Nobody's really out here at the moment, but there will be tomorrow. They will be here this evening. So that A helps us out for safety reasons. There will be letters from A to Z all the way on the course. That way, if somebody needs medical attention or any kind of help, that might be more than that person can handle, you can call. I believe there's a number on there you can call and tell them something's going on. They'll ask you your location, and it's easily identifiable with using letters. So if somebody were to need assistance, call the number. Oh, I'm about 100 yards past the letter A. And that just kind of gives them some idea of the whereabouts. But I wish nothing but safety for all the runners, walkers, anybody that's participating. A big thank you to the race directors as well as the volunteers. They are a top-notch organization. And this is not just one race that comes around. They have other events all throughout the year. They even stretch into Colorado a little bit and do a couple of races up there. But they have an insane amount of runs out here and all over Arizona. Including they have a winter solstice run. I believe it's the weekend of or the weekend prior to the winter solstice. And they go to Central High School. And it's only by invitation, but it's still a 24-hour run around a track. And if you're lucky enough to be invited, you can participate. If not, you can go out there and spectate. Right now it's probably in the mid-80s. But tomorrow, during the day, it's going to be mid-80s is what the forecast is. And at the time of my race, the temperature will start coming down, and the overnight low, I think it's only supposed to be 50 degrees or in the 50s. So that's a whole nother thing you have to take into consideration when you're packing your equipment to take with you out on the trail. So I just turned around at the 1.5 mile mark for myself. Just a nice easy walk, jog, skip to Lou, my darling, kind of shake out. But I'm gonna go home, rest up, get any last minute things taken care of before tomorrow night. Everything is packed. I got my stuff to prep my toes and my feet. I'll have plenty of time to do that tomorrow. The other cool thing about tomorrow's run is there is a full moon tomorrow night. And the last time I was out here participating on a full moon, it was the most spectacular thing, being able to run out here in the desert. Two things happened that night. One of the things is not going to happen this year, but the last time I was here in 2004, there was a lunar eclipse. The cool part about the lunar eclipse is when the sun went down, the moon started to come up. The lunar eclipse happened and it got pitch black out here and you had all your lights on. But when the lunar eclipse was over, it was as if you didn't need a headlamp at all. So you literally could turn your headlamp off and you could see everything. And it almost felt like you were on a different planet. So I'm hopeful the skies will be clear tomorrow night. We'll be able to have that same encounter with the full moon. Yes, I will have a headlamp regardless. I'm not sure what time the moon comes up, but I would imagine it's going to be about the time that my race begins, if not before. There's 2 waves tomorrow night, one at 6, one at 6:30. Good old-fashioned barrel cactus. I'm really hoping this video turns out as well as I think it will. But don't know until you try. You might be able to hear in the background there's a helicopter behind me that you can't see. That's right to the sun. He's going to come right over the top of me here in just a matter of moments. Let's see if I can get him in the shot. There he goes. It's a red helicopter. I'm not sure if that's a Flight for Life helicopter or recreational, but they fly out here all the time, or fly over this place all the time. Alright, so I'm going to get after it and get out here and get another finish under my belt, or get another finish out of everything I've done. I've not been as successful out here as I'd like. First year I was out here in 2004. I was very new to the sport, and I made 57 miles that week, or that day. And rookie mistakes. Second time I was out here was in 2017. Did everything right. I was finishing up my second loop, had one more loop to go on the 100K. Nasty old blister popped up on my right heel. My right or left heel, I can't remember which one. But pretty painful. Yeah, that blister was so painful that I literally had to walk the last 6 miles because my feet hurt so bad. Actually, I think it was more than 6 miles that I ran, or that I had to walk. But I got all the way back to the start-finish area. I was staggering so much because of my foot, not because of my mental status. I was very alert, very with it. I knew what was going on. I had plenty left in the tank. I did everything right except I forgot to prep my feet. And I think that's obviously the one thing that kept me from finishing that 100K, although I'm very proud of finishing that 42 miles. But, left a little emptiness in my heart. But it is what it is. I finished other races and have had a lot of good times. So I'll be getting after it tomorrow again. Well, that was a preview of the first mile and a half that I went out, mile and a half back. So I did a 3-mile shakeout run, just very easy, not complicated, not rocket science. But if you ask somebody else, yes, it is rocket science, because you know how the body operates. But we're gonna get back to the car. We're gonna get back to town, do a few last minute things, but that's the preview. I'm hoping I can share it with you, and I'll be back out here again tomorrow afternoon. In fact, race starts at 6:30, so I'll probably be here around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm guessing. That's what I anticipate. But off in the distance, you got 4 peaks again. Very spectacular views out here, and a lot of people coming in and out right now. So by morning time, it'll be so packed out here, and the energy will be pretty spectacular. So see you tomorrow.